I don't wanna be friends. 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 Can we start over again? Cause I don't wanna be friends.
Okay, somebody asked, could autism be cured using my head cleansing? No, autism cannot. I don't think autism can be cured by anything, honestly, because I feel like because there are Loa and Arisha that have the head of those people with those specific conditions, and there are people whose destinies are to commune and be in community with those people. I don't think it's something to be healed. I think you could mitigate some of the negative experiences surrounding the issue through the head cleansing, but autism is not something that's to be fixed.
Yeah. I love where you were going with that. It's not something that needs to be fixed. That's a very westernized way of thinking about it. If you have a child who has autism, I would absolutely recommend spiritual work, not only for the child, but for you, because it's going to be important for you to understand how to raise and elevate that child and communicate with that child. Nothing is accidental. And as Nexo said, there are Orisha and Loa that have the head of that child, that are with that child, that are walking with that child, and that child has a destiny. The spiritual work would help you uncover what that is, tap into it, and help that child be in alignment with it.
You have to think, and I think of it, I liken it to this, that if you all were healed, you wouldn't have encountered us. And because you all have been healed, we wouldn't have gone through the myriad of experiences that we've gone through to get to where we are right now. If you try to cure autism, you have to think about the domino effect. How many destinies of black people with doctorate degrees are you stealing that want to commune with this person to help them feel more?
Get a reading. Start with divination. There may not be a cure, but there is definitely help, and there is definitely hope. Yeah.
Exactly.
Get a divination.
It doesn't need to be cured. It doesn't need to be fixed.
ADHD, I've cured it.
Someone asked, what is the difference between voodoo and Osun Funke? And so...
Nobody asked that shit. You made that up. What is the definition between Osun Funke and voodoo? Difference. Funke is voodoo.
Well, just an educational moment, just to put it on record. So you all will see me say voodoo, VODOU, okay? There's VOODOO, and then there's VODOU. They're the same thing, but not, okay? But let me explain. VOODOO comes from the Fawn language to mean service of the ancestors. We all practice voodoo. Voodoo is synonymous with African spirituality. Okay? The practice of African spirituality. We encourage for you all to practice the ancient art of African spirituality. That's what we're training you all to do. However, we're not trying to get you all into an African traditional religion. Okay? Sometimes VOODOO is reference to an African traditional religion. Okay? So when I say I practice voodoo, we both practice voodoo in the sense that we're practicing African spirituality. However, we're initiated into two different African traditional religions. I'm initiated into Haitian voodoo, VODOU, meaning that I'm servicing my ancestors by working with deity that are African
in origin.
And there's and it's Haitian voodoo because our methods are informed by the Taino and European folk magic, and also Congolese Dahomey deity magic. And so that's what makes it Haitian. If you're not working with Haitian deity, you're not practicing Haitian voodoo. Okay? When you set up your ancestral altar, you're practicing voodoo. When you're drinking the blood of Jesus, you're practicing voodoo.
Yeah. What if it's the white Jesus?
You practicing voodoo. Because that image is just a culturally appropriated and fabricated, blasphemous depiction
ridiculous
of
tool of white supremacy.
The actual Jesus, whom we know was East African and could not possibly have looked like that. So even if you are trying to work with the white Jesus, you still doing voodoo. Okay? Voodoo. Now, Osun Funke, the difference between voodoo and Osun Funke, they're the same.
I hate you.
But it's a genuine question. I mean, that's how people understand it's a very genuine question. And I hope that makes sense. Voodoo references African spirituality. Ifa references an African traditional religion. Mm-hmm. Haitian Vodou references an African traditional religion. Mm-hmm. All African traditional religions fall within the umbrella of African spirituality. Mm-hmm. But not all religions practice African spirituality. I hope that makes sense. I wish I had a word bubble or a diagram to break it down for y'all, but yeah.
When we get the temple set up and we have the classroom, we'll have some whiteboards and we'll be able to really go in with the diagrams.
Home Depot has $20 whiteboards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go and buy one today. So yeah, please make sure that you all seek out some of our services, and we hope that you all learn something. Is there anything that you wanted to end with or talk about?
No. Well, I just want to plug my YouTube channel, you guys. I am going to be releasing my first solo video tomorrow. It will be on my channel, which is Priestess, Priestess, Osun, which is spelled Osun, Funke, Funke. That is the name of my channel, Priestess Osun Funke. You can find that channel on YouTube. Please, please, and pretty please go and subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend. And yeah, I just can't wait to start sharing with you guys and teaching you guys, and I'm really looking forward to it. So please go to my channel and subscribe. Also, if you are on Facebook, I have a Facebook group where I am sharing a lot of information and teaching there as well. And that group is called On the Mat with Priestess Osun Funke.
She's also developing a show under Black Spectrum Network. It's going to be a 6-episode series called On the Mat with Osun Funke, which is going to be a sort of Wendy Williams-esque Hot Topics featuring Osun Funke. And it will also have cameo appearances by me. I'm also developing a second show where I'm going to be bringing Leah from the prayer room and Marcus. So I'm bringing back where I used to do the live show with the sermons and all that. The show is called God is Black. If you all remember Sterling, who has the 8 kids by 8 different women, I'm also going to do the expose on him and try to get some of his baby mamas on camera to figure out how that event transpired and what was the 7th one thinking. Those are questions that I have. That being said, we have more content coming out for you. Oh yeah, add me on Facebook, Negrezo. Negrezo on Facebook.
Spell it.
Negre space ZO. Or you can go facebook.com/negre.zo and add me on Facebook. I'm creating a Facebook group called God is Black. The Facebook group is not for you to share what you all know about African spirituality. It is a group that is dedicated to me, where you learn under me, and you will call me Emperor. I'm just playing. You won't call me Emperor, but it is a place for you all to share information that has been shared that I've shared with you all. So if for example, someone asks about an ancestral altar, I expect you all to say, well, in Black Spectrum Network's video, they said an ancestral altar consists of this. These are the books that they recommend. It is a group specifically for you all to discuss the knowledge that is discussed on Black Spectrum Network, and for you all to put that together, so that it's just a system of checks and balances. A lot of Facebook groups are out there for you all to just exchange information that you all know indigenously, or that you all have it may have been shared with you all through osmosis. But this group is for you all to discuss things related to Black Spectrum Network, Blackness, and to pretty much examine the knowledge, the exhaustive amount of knowledge that Osun, Funke, Peach Blossom, and I have shared with you all. So that hopefully people come to the group, and because we're experts. We are experts. We're authorities. So we want you all to share authoritative knowledge. In the same way that you all would go to a group that's dedicated to the teachings of Edgar Casey, you need a group for the teachings of Black Spectrum Network, and those are the only teachings that will be discussed in that group. Make sure that you all look for it. God is Black.
I wanted to say something, and I hope this doesn't really ruffle anyone's feathers, but I don't really care in the end if it does or not. I want to see you guys stop asking ridiculous questions in the lives. I want you guys to stop coming on these lives and asking if you will get a new job. Are you going to break up with your boyfriend? That is so disrespectful because of the knowledge that we are sharing with you guys and the intentions of these lives. If you want answers to those questions, you need to book a reading, because that's how you get answers to those questions. This is not a pick a card reading. This is not a live where we come on here and say, raise your hand if you have a question and we're going to answer it in 3 minutes or less. This is not that. And it really makes us feel like you guys are retarded and we are spitting in the wind when live after live, all we get are those ridiculous questions that you know damn well they can be answered if you book a reading. So either you don't appreciate what it is that we have to offer, you don't understand what this is, or you are just too dumb and we can't help you. Either way, you need to stop coming on these lives with these same ridiculous ass questions. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. It just breaks my heart every time I look in the messages, every time I look in the comments and I see somebody ask a ridiculous question like that. It's like, so have you never watched a broadcast all the way through? Have you never heard that how you get answers to your questions and how you get placed on your path and how you get put in alignment with your blessings is to have divination and to begin working with your ancestors? Have you never heard that? If it's your first time on the show, then fine, we'll forgive you this time. But don't let me see your name again asking a ridiculous question. I'm over it.
So to help you all out, for those of you all that are watching right now, please understand these are some of the types of questions that we are willing to answer. In this particular broadcast where we're talking about an antidepressant bath or curing illnesses. Mm-hmm. Someone asked,
the question about autism was beautiful.
That was great.
That was beautiful.
That was a great question.
Yeah.
You all could have piggybacked off of that and said, hey, I have a cousin that's dealing with some form of cerebral palsy. What could be,
Yeah, is that something that can be addressed with spiritual work?
Right. Can that be addressed with spiritual work? Someone asked a question that we would consider ridiculous, which is, how can I get a job promotion or better my life? I think maybe the wording of the question could be improved, perhaps, and you could ask, what
spiritual work can I look into to improve my job prospects?
What sorts of spiritual work do you all offer to improve different people's job prospects? What types of results have you gotten people? Have you gotten them a 6-figure job before? Have you helped someone to get even a fucking $2 raise? If people are sitting here telling you that, hey, I have the secret to the universe, you want to really interrogate them and ask, can you make a tornado move and can you make shit shake?
But what you're not going to do is insult me and all of the time, energy, effort, and money that I have invested personally in my journey. And Nexo, the same thing. And Peach Blossom as well. You're not going to keep coming on these lives and insulting us, trying to get a backdoor answer to your silly little questions when you know all you need to do is book a reading. Book a reading. You don't want to spend any money, which is why you don't have any. You don't want to put energy into your love life, which is why your love life is fucked up. That's how it works. Invest in yourself.
And sometimes you all are asking questions that are... The things that you have to learn in increments. I had a client, for example, I was teaching them how to do candle magic. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of me teaching them about the candle, like the importance of candle colors, they jump and ask, well, how do I know when if I got a client, how will I know if I'm supposed to even do work for somebody else? And I'm just teaching this client the first, which is how to do the magic. I haven't taught you how to divine. I haven't taught you how to identify when you can do work. What I'm teaching you right in this moment is what you need to be focused on. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you all are asking, how can I use my crystals to do moonlight magic? Because you didn't do it. We're not there yet. Mm-hmm. We want you to focus. What we're talking about in these moments is repetitive because we don't feel like you all got it. Because if you're asking about how to practice magic, then we know that you all didn't get it when we said you need to get divination through us. You need to seek out the mentorship program, subscribe to the Patreon, watch some of the videos about like working with Marie Laveau, for example. There's a lot of content that we have out there. We've even taught you all through some of our videos, given certain spells. We've talked about different types of dirt, different types of waters. We've talked about our 5 favorite herbs in lives before. You know what I'm saying?
We had a $44 class, for God's sakes, $44.44, where we taught you niggas how to read cards, how to make a spiritual bath, and how to burn a fucking candle and get results. I'm sorry, I'm so mad right now. I just feel like, oh my God, are they listening? If one more person gets on a live and asks me about their raggedy ass boyfriend or their minimum wage job, I'm gonna lose my mind. Because that's not even your problem. Your problem is that you are out of alignment. You're not on your path. You're not talking to your ancestors. You're not working with your ancestors. You need to be off YouTube and on your fucking knees. Okay? You need to pray. That's what you need to do.
We offered a course for $44.44. A high priest and a high priestess.
For $44.44, and you still want to get on YouTube and ask me some shit for free.
We're only saying this, that the course was $44. We were, and everybody that took the course, and you all are receiving the video tonight, everybody that took the course knows that the course was amazing.
Amazing.
And if that class, like an intro to candle magic, you know that some of these people out here will teach a simple candle magic class over the course of 6 weeks.
For $300.
For $300.
Absolutely.
And they'll tell you, this week we're going to spend 30 minutes on candle color. This week we're going to spend 30 minutes on the different types of candles. This week we're going to spend 30 minutes on
how to dress your candle. And they probably won't even do that. But yes.
And we taught you all how to divine for yourself to make sure that you're authorized to do the magic. We walked you through it step by step. Then we taught you all the importance of candle color, the importance of the candle types, the importance of herbs, how to make a spiritual bath, the different types of spiritual baths that you can make, why sewing your intentions is important. We did all of that within 2 hours for $44.44. And we're trying to tell you all that there are people charging much more than us that are giving the information to you incrementally, dragging it out, making you pay tons and tons of money.
And also, you guys need to understand, and those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and particularly with Nexo since the beginning, because he's been on YouTube at least for 2 years now, you need to understand that this train is moving. Okay, we are like the universe itself, constantly unfolding and being reinvented invented and being and expanding. And so I'm saying that to say that there will come a time where there won't be any lives. We're almost there, actually. We go back and forth about whether or not we should do lives or whether we should just focus on content and classes. We do these lives as a community service. Okay, there will be a time where there won't be lives. There will be a time where you may not even be able to get Nexo for a reading. Nexo is already being booked next year for residencies and amazing opportunities that are going to take him away from this audience in a way. And so I'm telling you guys that because you need to get while the getting is good. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay. So we have classes that you can look up on the blackspectrumnetwork.com. Enroll in those classes. Book your readings. Get on your path. Let us assist you while we still have the time and the interest in doing so. I am actually about to begin my second group mentorship. Some of the ladies that are in my class that's going on right now are on the live. You guys raise your hands if you're on there.
Hit your sunflower.
Yeah,
emoji.
Give me a sunflower. My mentees. We're actually about to go into our next segment where they are actually, it's absolutely hands-on. So we've done theory. They've learned a lot about the origins of Pan-African spirituality and Pan-African magic. And now we're about to start changing lives. We're about to be conjuring money. We're about to be creating tools. We're about to be learning actually how to divine and how to do these things. This train is moving. And you guys are going to have to just shit or get off the pot, basically. But what you're not going to do is try to get answers to your ridiculous questions for free on these lives where we come to pour out our hearts and try to love you guys into alignment with your destiny.
And Charlene T said something that I vehemently disagree with, where she said that she thinks that people respect us, but that people are at different levels. As a sociologist, I've studied my audience.
It's disrespectful.
I've studied my audience, and I know that that's not the case. Now, I'm going to say this. I had complained to Osun Funke for a year and a half before she got on the channel. I've been telling her, I was like, they're just not getting it. And she thought I was exaggerating. The first few months she came on here, she's like, Quinn, they're getting it. And then now, look where she is.
Over the edge.
Because, and I know, and it's not because, it's not about being at different levels. It's not that. It's about doing the work. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. See, the reason that there are grade levels is because you did the work to graduate, right? Right. You did the work. Right. But what happens when you don't do the work?
You don't go anywhere.
You fail and you stay at the same level.
At the same space.
So how is it, if the information is valuable, do you really respect? The thing is, we're giving it for free. And we shouldn't be giving it for free. A lot of you all are saying that you're grateful for the information, but we know that you don't respect it because you don't do the work and you haven't graduated. So it's not about people being at different levels. It's truly about respect, because at the end of the day, if you come into her Elay talking about we're just at different levels,
you're getting put out.
That's the level that you're at. You're not gonna be in there. It's not about different levels. It's about doing the work, because only the strongest will survive in this at that level. That being, I'm trying to reemphasize this point, which is we are offering to.
I want to give
the amount of money that she spent just to get started was $1. It had commas in it. So it's like you spend a lot of money in this. You spend a lot of money
because you have to invest. It's an exchange of energy.
Now imagine that these people want to circumvent that and try to get initiated, spend that money, and then you not only have to spend money for an initiation, then you have to spend money to get an independent study through your godmother or godfather just to learn candle magic. And they're going to teach it to you over the course of 6 weeks for an extra $400 or $500. But we're telling you right now, the things that we're giving to you are a steal. There's no reason that it's not about differences in levels. If that was the factor, I'm just gonna control for the variable. Let's control for the variable that there are different learning styles and learning speeds. Well, we also have to think about the fact that we are offering intervention services to address that learning gap.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And
we know that we know that this fundamental law, if you do the work, you will graduate.
Right.
That's a spiritual law in every industry of life.
Yeah.
Every industry of life. So it's not about the level. It's not. It's about the respect. It's about what you value. And we know that we're giving it for free. And it's painstakingly difficult for us to get on live all the time and to see you all not engage with us with the same level of depth and intellectual gravity that we're offering to you all. So you were about to say?
I was just going to say, what you were saying is absolutely true. If you put in the effort and you do the work, you will absolutely graduate from one level to the next, to the next, to the next. And those levels are actually innumerable. You will continue to evolve until ultimately you ascend. And we pray that that's something that you can do in this lifetime. I think that's a goal that we all should have, is to ascend, for our energy and our understanding to become so pure and so in alignment with the source that we don't even have to do it again. But I wanted to talk about the ladies in my group. I saw a bunch of sunflowers. So hey to all of you guys. Thank you for joining. But I have seen such tremendous growth, and Nexo will tell you that I brag to him all the time about my girls.
She does. She brags about y'all all the time.
I have girls that are going to the graveyard on their own, doing work. After 4 weeks, they're like, you know what? I got a situation. I got to get some answers. I'm going to the graveyard. I'm getting these ancestors up. I'm going to wake them up, get them on the job. I got a job for them to do. Osun, exactly how do I do it? Because I know I need to go to the graveyard. You know what I'm saying? And then I have other girls I have a client who made the most beautiful pair of spirit dolls. Nexo has not even taught the spirit doll class. I have not even taught my class on spirit dolls. She actually created the most beautiful pair of spirit dolls stuffed with herbs and crystals, a whole prescription. She's created her grimoire. She is gone. She's actually about to do, I'm not going to tell all her business, but she is gone. And it's not because I taught her. Not because I taught either of these ladies what to do. It's because I put them in contact with their ancestors. I gave them the tools to get in touch with their ancestors. I didn't even put them in touch with their ancestors. I gave them the tools to get in contact with their ancestors. I gave them the foundational knowledge which activated the divine within them and allowed them to be in receipt of the information that their ancestors left for them in their DNA, and communicate with them through the ethers of spirit. You can grow. You can expand. You can live a life of luxury and abundance. You can live the life of your dreams, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And so I don't know how many of these broadcasts you guys are going to watch before you just book a reading. I don't know how many of these broadcasts they're going to watch before you book a reading, before you book an ancestral reading, so that you can begin to work with your ancestors, so that the veil can be peeled back just a little bit, so that we can knock the dust off of the poverty and stagnation that you are experiencing as a descendant of the diaspora, so that you can begin to feed your starving ancestors, so that they can help you, and not only you, but your children and your children's children. The Bible, y'all coming from the church, the Bible says that a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. You guys, spend $80 and book a reading for your children's children. For your children's children. I'm just saying.
I don't know if my students are there. If anybody's a student in my program, hit the skull emoji, but I don't think any of my students are. I'm an educator. A very damn good one. Rate my professors. And so I am just trying to emphasize the value of the education that you receive from us. See, the thing is that what I realize about myself is that my vibration makes people smarter. Just being in proximity to me makes people smarter. They feel as though they have to communicate in a certain way, or that they have to think on a certain level. I know that my energy is incredibly strong, and I know that I know that just by way of experiencing me, spending time on the phone with me, watching my videos, you get smarter for that moment. And just like being around anybody that's fine as fuck, that's got abs and shit, and they're your friend, you start to feel like you fine too. Mm-hmm. But bitch, if you ain't hitting the gym, as soon as that person's away from you and you got to do the real work, you realize you don't have any abs.
Oh, God.
So, there are a lot of, and also the other thing is, don't take anything personally. If you don't do it, they can't misconstrue it. If you don't say it, they can't replay it. Mm-hmm. If you think that just because I single out your comment, doesn't mean that I'm talking specifically about you. It doesn't mean I'm taking issue with you. Mm-hmm. There's nothing so distinct about your comments that I'm just targeting you. Mm-hmm. There's a pattern in this way of thinking that I'm addressing. You're not the only person that thinks that. Yeah. You're not the only person that came to that conclusion, and your mind is not so brilliant that you were just like, hey, this is what I'm assessing. So don't feel... I'm addressing everyone that feels like I was too harsh because I wasn't patient enough. I got damn near 400 fucking videos on this channel. Mm-hmm. Fuck patience. Mm-hmm. You got to do the work. And they're free videos. Free.
Book a reading.
I've given out free spells. Mm-hmm. I told y'all how to get back boyfriends, how to start abortions. I did. Do the work, y'all. Do we close out here?
Yes. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Be on the lookout for the classes that we have coming up. A lot of juicy content for the fall, for sure. We're doing classes on how to create spirit dolls, 2 different versions of that same class. We're continuing our mentorships. New content coming out on the channel weekly, for sure. My channel, please go and subscribe. Priestess Osun Funke on YouTube.
I'm so glad she's getting her stuff up. People, y'all been wanting more Osun Funke, and now y'all can get us separately sometimes. Sometimes, but we are thing 1 and thing 2. Mm-hmm. Hansel and Grow. Beyonce and Jay-Z. Melania and Dawn.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm going to close the show out here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in to this week's long-ass episode of Sophisticated Sunday. We got more long-ass episodes coming at you. The next episode is going to be really fun because we're going to be implementing different games and activities.
Are we doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. We're doing it tomorrow. With that being said, I leave you with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Say it with me, y'all. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I'm your reader / co-host, Nexo. And remember, the truth is always collaborative. Bye.
That's why I'm worried about what you'll have to say. What you'll have to say. When I confess to you that I'm feeling some type of way. Some type of way. If I could do it all over, just start again. Baby, I would have never been just your friend. If I could start all over, get a second chance, I would have listened to my heart and made you my man. Cause I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends.